What's up, vapors? Thanks for checking out Daily Vape TV. My name is Nick, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Bonza RDA. So the Bonza RDA is a collaborative effort from that crazy foul-mouthed YouTube reviewer known as the Vaping-bogan and our friends over at Vandy Vape, with a big shout out and thank you going out to them, of course, as always, for sending this my way for the purpose of making this video. So let's go ahead and take a look online. This device is available in 4 different color options. You have stainless steel, black, gold, and rainbow, and the price point is around the $30 mark, which is an absolutely affordable RDA. If you're looking to give this one as a gift, this would be an excellent idea for the holidays, or any vape budget hands will definitely be able to handle that. And of course, if you want to pick one up for yourself, I'll leave a link right down there in the description. But without further ado, let's go ahead and dive down to the close-up view and take a better look at this thing. Alright guys, as you can see here, we've got the Bonza RDA in its original box, so let's quickly take a look around the packaging and then talk about what's inside. So as you can see here, this is the sample, trial, pre-production sort of package that they always do. And as you can see here, it says sample, and this is just, once again, a sticker. It does have a color indication on there which says black. Vandy Vape logos, of course, on the top and the bottom. And on the back, you have the basic company information. And that's pretty much all there is to speak of as far as the packaging goes. On the inside, we have the actual Bonza RDA itself, donning the acrylic drip tip, and there's the Ultem drip tip, and you also get a Delrin drip tip with this thing as well. So let's just go ahead and get into the bottom of the box here. And here we have the parts package. So you have a pretty standard parts package with this one here. You have a screwdriver, you have an Allen key, you have a squonk pin, you have a whole set of replacement screws, a whole set of replacement O-rings, and a 510 drip tip adapter as well. Alright guys, let's talk about the specs. It's 24 millimeters in diameter, it has a 7 millimeter deep juice well, superior 303 stainless steel construction, 24 karat gold plated build deck, unique 2-post design with fixed screw clamp post design, outer terminals top secured via slotted flathead screws, inner terminals top secured via clamp mechanism, parallelogram air slots on each side, direct to coil chamber effect, 18 millimeter wide 810 resin wideboard drip tip included, 17.5 millimeter 810 Ultem wideboard drip tip included, and 16 millimeter wideboard Delrin drip tip included as well, 510 drip tip adapter, 510 squonk ready, and gold plated 510 connection. So let's go ahead and go top to bottom on the Bonza RDA, starting it off with the drip tip. This is an acrylic resin drip tip, as you can see here. It's got the red and black swirls, and it's nothing really overly out of the ordinary. However, I absolutely love the fact that they're including it in with the box, just because I'm personally a little bit tired of Ultem, and I absolutely love acrylic swirl drip tips. So there you go, fits in there no problem with the addition of the O-ring right inside the top cap here. Fits in there really nice and secure, no issues whatsoever there. You have a nice little kind of design going around the top cap section right above the airflow. And this is also your airflow control. You can kind of get a grip on that actually using that design, which is kind of nifty. You have 15 airflow slots per side, as you can see here, with full airflow control as well. And you can also put a single coil in there, no problem whatsoever with the single coil mode. It has both dual coil mode and single coil mode, as you can see there. Fits in there nice and snug as well. No issues with the O-rings on this thing. Here is the barrel section with the 15 airflow holes per side, as you can see there. And you also have this lovely little Vaping-bogan logo on there as well. So that's something pretty neat. Here is the actual build deck itself. As you can see, very unique post hole design. You have these bottom clamps there that are secured with these top screws. And the screws actually don't move on this thing. When you turn the screws, the clamps on the bottom move up and down. And then you have these normal posts on the outside here. And it is kind of the 2-post design where you can just go span your coil all the way across from one post to the other, no problem there. Makes it really easy to center your coils with this one. But nice deep juice well on there as well. Definitely biggest I've seen in quite some time. Normally you see around the 6 millimeter point for juice wells. This one is 7 millimeters, so they added an extra millimeter in there. You also have a very much squonk ready RDA with this thing here, because this lower kind of section here is wide open, good for airflow and also good for squonking. So there you go. You have 2 O-rings that secure on the barrel section, nice and snug again. Never had any issues with the O-rings whatsoever. And on the bottom here we have the Bonza RDA and designed by the Vaping-Bogan logo right there at the bottom. Of course, your screw that holds in the negative post and your positive 510 pin as well, which is protruding. So I would say this one is hybrid safe. It's just barely protruding, but I still think it's on the safe side. So that's pretty much all I had to cover in this little close-up section of the Bonza RDA. Let's go back to the main screen, have a quick vape on this thing, and we'll talk about it some more. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed the close-up section of the video. Now let's talk about my personal thoughts about this device, some pros, some cons, and whether or not it's worth purchasing. Starting off today with the pros, and my first pro is that it's very easy to build. Now, the Bonza definitely reminds me of a lot of different build decks just kind of combined into one, and you kind of took the best parts of a few different devices and just kind of put those together to make one really nice, easy to build RDA. I definitely like that because I can definitely appreciate a good, easy to build RDA. I build a lot, and in order to install coils on this thing, it only takes a few minutes, and just having the kind of over-under system, being able to clip your leads really easily, that is definitely making my life a hell of a lot easier. My second pro for this device is that the airflow on it is really, really smooth. You have 15 holes per side on the actual cap section with this one, and you can close them off in sets of 3 if you wanted to. Personally, I rock it wide open with a big old cloud build inside, and it's really smooth and really quiet when you're vaping on, which is definitely something I can appreciate. My third pro for this one is that it comes with an acrylic drip tip. Now, that's something that's definitely more personal and more in my style. Honestly, I really have never been into Ultim that much, and I'm just kind of glad they threw an acrylic one in here just because it changes up the look a little bit, it gives you a little bit more personalization, and it's just something else to add to your collection which fits on every other 810 drip tip device you own. And my fourth and final pro for the Bonza is the engravings are really cool. I absolutely love Bogan's logo on here. It's a very subtle engraving. It's not too over the top or even noticeable, but when it catches the light just right, you get that little skull and cross mods on there, and that's something I really love. It's just so simple and subtle and elegant, and you also have this little design up at the top here, which is also kind of cool. I wasn't a huge fan of that at first, but it definitely grew on me. Alright guys, so moving on to the cons, my first con is that it feels like it's more geared for cloud chasing than anything else. Now, by no means am I saying you can't put a flavor build in there or the flavor's no good. In fact, the flavor's pretty darn good, but I just feel like it's more meant for, a bigger diameter coil. It's going to get really hot and need a lot of airflow, and for that, I just feel like it's kind of a subjective opinion of mine, of course, but I feel like I really want to cloud chase when it comes to using this device rather than just put a little tiny flavor build in there. My second con for this device is the kind of funky post style. Now, honestly, this one definitely takes a lot of inspiration from a few different RDAs out there on the market, especially the Armageddon manufacturing one with the bottom post design like that in the middle. And I kind of feel like it's kind of like the Recoil and kind of like the Icon and kind of like, the Goon and a couple other ones as well. So there's just a lot going on with this build deck here. I don't really feel like it's all necessary, if that makes any sense, but in all honesty, at the end of the day, it still works just fine. So the only other thing I would have to say about the Bonza is that it kind of lacks a wow factor. Now, this is definitely not a con, and it's just more of a general observation, but I just feel like it lacks something that makes me want to go out and buy one right here, right now on the spot, other than the fact that it's a pretty decent RDA at a really good price. But that's just me. Obviously everyone's going to be different. If you see something about this device that really sticks out in your imagination, then go out and try one for yourself. So at the end of the day, is this device worth purchasing? Would I go out of my way to pick one of these up for myself if I didn't get this one in for a review? And I'm kind of on the fence about this one. Like I just mentioned, it lacks that wow factor that really makes it stand out from the crowd when it comes to all the other RDAs on the market nowadays. I really like the airflow, and the build deck is pretty funky, but other than that, the price is right, and it's definitely worth 30 bucks if you're willing to spend it. So yeah, for you guys out there, I would definitely recommend it, but as far as me personally, I really couldn't see myself buying this one if I didn't get it in for review. But with that, I will leave links right down there in the description below if you guys want to pick one up for yourself. So that about does it for this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe for more videos just like this. Don't forget to click that notification bell right next to the subscribe button if you want to be alerted whenever I upload videos. Also, leave me some comments in the box below. I'd love to hear your thoughts all about the Bonza RDA or anything else you guys want to discuss. Also, check out the description of this video. That's where you're going to find the advocacy and my social media links. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and as always, vape on!